Welcome. Welcome to the space and the dream that I dreamed for so many years, to the dream that took many forms, to the dream that took me to the deepest layers of my own conditioning so I can finally match its frequency. It's finally here. I welcome you officially to Soil and Ether Collective. I have designed and created and dreamed of this space with so much love and care and devotion and attention and intention. So I welcome you with the biggest and warm hug. I'm your host and space holder. I'm Sabrina Rohigira, and I'm looking forward to finally publish this space for you to experience it and feel it. And before I go any further, I want to officially welcome Spirit, welcome God, the living intelligence, my co-creator. I welcome my soul who designed this blueprint. I welcome my guides, my ancestors. I welcome every high frequency who's part of this unfolding. May presence and truth be felt by me and you. I welcome you. So I was meditating one day and an idea of the first episode came to me, and I thought it would be very good, and it felt true to me to record something that explore deeply what this space is and what it is not. And from there we can connect energetically. From there, you know exactly the intention of why I created this space. And I feel like for so many of you, well, that's when you decide if this is your space or not, right? So let's go ahead and explore first what Soil and Ether Collective is. I'll be highlighting the points that I'll be talking about on the screen for you to, if it is of your interest, of course. So let's go ahead and explore what this space is first. Yeah. So this space is a living, breathing energy. So what that means is there is a part of me that is naturally a builder. I thrive with structure and discipline, and so much devotion when it comes to things that I really, really care about. So this is the part of me that created the foundations of Soil and Ether. That part of me build the structure from where I can accommodate another part of me that is so feminine, that loves flow, that loves receptivity, that knows exactly when to stop, when to go, and when to connect really with source and my soul. So this space was created with that dance between those aspects of me. And what that means is that dance will go on even from the time that I published this. It will keep growing, it will keep evolving. It is an ever evolving frequency. So it is a project that has a structure, a very strong foundation, but it is also a flowing, a receptive, slow living, breathing energy. So from that space, I will hold those two energies. You can call them the masculine and the feminine energies that give birth to creation. So it is a project with structure, but it is an ever evolving, growing, expanding energy. If you're connecting to the message that will be putting out, you know exactly what that means. You know exactly how you change in every moment. You know how evolving this this field can be. So this space will be reflecting that too. So this is how it's starting, but I might not know exactly how it's going, because there is that dance between um, holding a strong structure and foundation, and also being detached enough to let spirit whisper um, ideas and flow. So it is that dance between those energies, and I have learned over time how to accommodate those two and to not rely on one and suppress the other. So I think you will feel those two energies, and if you're really familiar with that dance in yourself, you know exactly how it is one integrates the other. So it's a beautiful dance, and it creates so many beautiful creation when you are able to create to accommodate those two. So that space is the reflection of um, that dance. Yeah. So I am very open to those energies to accommodate the expanding and the of of this space. Yeah. Second thing about this space is that it will serve as an altar of integration. And this is so huge for me because um, it had served me so well so far. So this space will be a reflection, a mirror to you, to accommodate all parts of yourself, including the parts of you that you have been told that are not good, that are not welcome, all those parts of you that you feel ashamed of. Will go to the deepest core of those conditioning, those layers that we've been told to suppress or to ignore or to push against. There is nothing to push against because everything is part of us. And by integrating all those parts of you, those parts that screams for attention, those parts of you that wants to be seen and to be heard and to be held, all those parts of you, the reason why that they feel heavy for you, it's because of the years and all and the time that you spend thinking that you should ignore them or they are not welcome. Because in the universe there is nothing exclusive, everything is inclusive. And um, through this invitation of integration, we'll be integrating all those layers, all those piles that we name negative, because from your soul's perspective, your soul chooses your specific curriculum for this lifetime because it wants to expand and evolve. And because of that, your soul chose the environment, the people, the parents, your friends, your siblings that will accommodate that specific curriculum. But hear me out. I don't say that lightly because in my own life, my soul chose some heavy themes. Okay. I was born in the part of the world that experienced and still experiences heavy themes like structured oppression, organized religions and religious institutions, and genocide, and so many things that happened. And all of that is part of my themes, the themes that my soul needs to experience so that it can expand. So I don't talk about that lightly because I know it's a messy, messy path. But until you go back to your life, to your individual life, and observe and be a witness, a witnesser of your own patterns and cycles that keeps repeating themselves, you keep living as a victim. And usually that's how we change the world, that's how we change our nation, that's how we change our communities, is by going back to your own life and be responsible of every part and everything that you put out, and go down to the deepest core of your own beliefs and why you believe what you believe, and what it gives birth to your life. And to I always say, when I notice a part of me that is less evolved, that carries the lowest frequency, as I integrate, as I understand what it needs, at the end I always say, welcome to the light gang. Because it is just a part of you that is outside of the awareness of of your evolved self. It is just outside the room. It is not outside of you. It's part of you, just outside the room. And when you integrate that part of you, it is welcome, and then it joins all parts of you that are evolved and healed. It joins the gang, the light gang. And it always makes me feel good to think about my ego that way, because your ego is not, it's not bad. The ego, it is the only part of you that makes you human, that makes you stay here. Otherwise you'll be flying, you'll be an angel. So I will be inviting you. So many times you will hear me saying this word integration, because I know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's the only narrow path that everyone needs to go through. Otherwise, it will be just by passing. Yeah. So my following point is that this space embodies ancestral reverence in motion. And what this means is, I love it. I'm so excited. I think you can tell. This is a space that will be celebrating the highest expressions of ancestors, their artistry, their resilience, and their talents, and so many things that they gave us throughout the years and throughout generations. And it is also an invitation for us to, because when we talk about ancestors, they're not people that lived before us, because we become them. We become them because we are them. Everything that is happening to us right now, everything that is alive in us now has been passed on through lineages. So this space will be a container for that, a reminder that our ancestors are not people separate from us. They are us. They live through us. And from there we can be aware of the things that they created, their highest expressions, and also the things that unfinished businesses that we carry within us. So many things that are alive in us today comes from generations and generations before us. And um, until we become active participants and observers of those threads that keeps happening, being aware of all those unfinished businesses that we keep repeating unconsciously. They're not hunting us. They want to be integrated. They want to be seen and transformed. There are chains that needs to be broken so that we can give birth to new creations, new ways of thinking, new ways of living, so that the future generation can start from a fertile soil that give birth to healthier and expanded creations. And until we see ourselves not separate from them, but actually we became our own ancestors because of everything, because of the thread that lives in our DNA. Until we are aware of that, we live unconsciously as victims of history, of patterns, of the things that we just found here and think we can do anything about it. So you'll be invited in those deepest layers of our ancestry, of our blood lineage, and it will not be not only about integration, but it will be also a celebration of their lives, their creations, what they did and how they saw things, and it will be just a reminder and a recreation of their ways of being. So I welcome you in that dance that, to me, when I became aware of that, it expanded me in so many ways. Yeah. So let's keep going. The following point is that this space is a fusion of earthly and cosmic energies. And this is very important to understand, because when I say earthly, is the groundedness of our beings, so grounded and so physical in your own life, aware of your own body, of your own existence here. And it is also an invitation to go deep into the roots of who you are. And from there, you can also reach for the light, the cosmic energies. But we can't ascend if we can't go deep into our roots. And this is so important to understand, because through this space, we will not be talking about heaven that is out there somewhere. Heaven is built here. Heaven is created here where you are. And to reach the light that is up into the cosmic, you really need to be grounded enough and aware of your own physicality. So if you look into my logo, it was well captured by my designer and friend of mine, Dolph Wanza. we be a fusion of those two energies together so that we can expand. But before you expand, you need to go deep into your roots, into your, I hope you understand what it is, deep into who you are as a person, as a physical being here. And what that means is being aware of everything around you, being so aware and present with your body, with, because the only thing that we have that is so intelligent is this physical vessel. And to be connected with this physical vessel, you need to be grounded enough to hear the signals, to hear the messages, to hear what it tells you. Because if you're not connected with this physical vessel, you won't be able to channel what comes from the cosmos. No. What do you think is the channel? The body is the only channel of messages, of downloads, of everything that you want to channel from the heavens into the earth. And that needs so much grounding, needs you to take care of this vessel to know exactly what every sensation and emotion means to you. So we'll be exploring that too. Yeah. So another thing about this space is that it is a space of embodiment and not just concepts. Every transformation that happened in my life is when a concept, an idea became alive in me, became alive in my body, became a feeling. And that happens when you're connected to your body. When you're not connected to your body enough to know exactly what's happening inside of you, everything that you're learning, everything that is being shown to you stays in your mind, stays as a concept, stays as a scripture, stays as just a word. But until your body becomes the receiver of any teaching, of anything that you're learning, true transformation doesn't happen. Because through embodiment, you're transforming from a cellular level. You're literally changing your brain. You're literally changing the whole structure of your body. And that happens when your body becomes the receptive channel of everything that is happening to you. It takes form. It takes form through a feeling. You can easily know when your body is communicating to you. And that happens when you're aware, when you hear, when you touch yourself and you're truly feeling yourself. You're not in the future, you're not in the past, because everything is happening here. And through embodiment, I'm telling you the truth, your future is changed, and your past, the meaning of your past and the purpose of your past also changes in that specific moment. What I'm telling you, if you're not grasping it, it's because it needs a living experience. And that happens when your body becomes your receiver, when your body becomes activated enough to let you know that transformation just happened. And through different practices, we are able to activate our body, and becomes, and then the body becomes the receptive channel of every transformation that is happening to you. But that requires you to start taking care of your body, to know exactly what it means when they say it's a temple. And that requires a lot of devotion or discipline if you want. But to me, it's devotion. It's knowing that nothing happens without this body. And you need to understand that. So the last thing about what this space is that it is a space of kindred souls. Oh my God, it feels, I can feel tingles all over my body. This is a space for everyone, each and everyone who wants a beautiful community, who wants like-hearted people, who wants to be seen and heard, who wants to live a life on their own terms, with what their souls wants to experience here. If you feel like you don't do well with rules and what others are doing, you just want to know exactly the life, wants to experience the life from your soul's blueprint. I hope this space feels like home for you. And I always say that it will reflect that if I am being that. So throughout my life, I always ask myself, is this really who I am, or I'm just repeating stories and lives that just because so many people are just living that way, that should be my reality. So, but also that requires a lot of shedding and time alone, not as it is isolation from a specific for a specific time, but it is through that exact time that you find your own voice, that the voice of your soul becomes so loud to you that you won't become the same person again. So this is a space that will be accommodating all these souls that wants to live joyfully and happily and wants to create from the deepest truth of their beings. Yeah, so I welcome you. Let's keep going with what this space is not. And the first point is, this is neither a space for a quick spiritual bypass, not for fixing yourself. Because as I said before, everything that happened to you, that everything that happens to you up until this moment, it serves for one and only purpose. It is for your evolution, your expansion. Your soul wants to experience that specific theme. Of course, from a human perspective, it is so hard to grasp that. So this is why this space will not entertain anything that bypass those layers, because from your soul's perspective, you are whole, you are complete. But you took on this life to experience so that you can know the opposite or understand the opposite of what you are not. So in a human perspective, there are layers to go through. There is disruptions, there is distraction, because for you to put down all those ideas that you have been fed from the beginning of your time here, it takes the same amount of, not necessarily time, but it takes a certain amount of energy and time and devotion to disrupt all of that so that you can give birth to your new you. So it is not, I would say it is not an easy path. It is simple, but it is not easy because it requires a lot of shedding and tears and cries and blood and so many things. So I will not entertain anything that makes you think that this is just, it is easy. It is always peace and light. No, it is a difficult journey, but it is the only way through, the only way in. If you want to be at the end of the tunnel, the only way is through. The only way is facing all those aspects of you that feels demonic. When people say demons, and it's just you. It is aspects of you that needs to be evolved, that needs to be integrated. So this space will not entertain anything that makes you think it's just peace and light. No, it is real, real inner work. The thing that this space is not is that it is not a hierarchical guru follower dynamic, because you are your own teacher, plain and simple. What I will be saying here are just reminders. But once you log off from the internet, you go back to your own life, and your life teaches you. Your soul is your own teacher. Your life becomes your message. No one is telling you what to do. I hope you're not expecting anyone to tell you what to do. I won't be telling you what to do. I'll be holding a space for new ideas, or a community, a loving community that feels like home, so that you can feel like you belong somewhere. But I'm not telling you what to do. And this is exactly what anyone who tells you that they have the key to your salvation wants you to believe, because they want to hold you hostage or a victim, or they want you to think you need to go outside of yourself to find the key to your freedom. I would invite you, please and please, learn, hear people, but go back to your life and become your own inner authority. That's the only way you activate your self-sovereignty. That's how you become free, when you know that you have your inner authority, you have your own voice, you are your own teacher. Even if 99% of people around you believes one thing and it doesn't feel right to you, when you know you are your own teacher, you take the other path and you feel complete doing that. But when you still think that someone's out there knows better of what you want, or knows better about what you want and who you are, you will always, always live your life and go check outside of yourself. And that's it. And that's the dying of your life, bit by bit. I would invite you to become so aware and so comfortable being your own teacher, because that's the only key to your freedom. So I will never tell you what to do. I'll put ideas out there. Anyone who's speaking out loud, who's speaking publicly, they have lived their life, they have learned from their lives, and they're brave enough to be out there. But anyone who tells you what to do and tells you that their way is the only way to your salvation, run the other way. Run the other way and never go back. What I will be talking about here is my own experience. I have learned. I'm still learning from my own experience. I'm not an expert of anything other than my own life experience. That's that's my masters, that's my degrees, that's those are my teachers, my own life experiences, and I'll be talking from there. But I will never tell you what to do, saying it's the only way. Go back to your life and learn from your best. Your best is your life experiences. And from there, gather wisdom and knowledge. That's the only way. So, the last thing about what this space is not is that it is not confined to any single culture, identity, or tradition. Let me tell you, my healing happened through global hands. I learned from different teachers that comes from different traditions and cultures, and and I took what felt right for me. I left the rest. I keep learning from anyone in this life. So this space will not be confined by any single tradition or culture. I am I'm telling you, I am so grounded with my land, where I land, where my soul chose to be born in this lifetime. I am so connected to my Rwandan heritage. I'm not confined by that. I am a global citizen. I love learning from different people and from different cultures, and I'm so curious, and that's what opened my opened my awareness to different ways of being and different ideas. So this space will be a mirror of humanity and unity, and anyone who resonate with the truth of what I'll be saying, or anyone who will be holding space here. So yeah. So this is a space of anyone who feels the interconnectedness of humanity, of who we are. Yeah. So this is it for me today. This is what feels right for me to highlight for you to know, to explore, to feel, to understand about this space. And I would love to hear your reflections in the comments below. Feel free to tell me how it resonates to you, with you, and how you feel about Soil and Ether Collective. So I'm so looking forward to connect with each and every one of you, and I hope we get to create together and expand and evolve and live life joyfully and break every chains that entertains limiting beliefs and limiting ways of living. I'm here to reach for the sky and stay deeply, deeply grounded into the earth. So join me into this wild, expansive journey that I'm embarking on. I'm so looking forward to connect with you all. See you soon. Bye.